So the isotonic advantage number 4 is a favorable concentration gradient for absorption of nutrients. For example, calcium and magnesium. Nutrients are delivered to the small intestine in a concentrated solution. Facilitated diffusion is different. It takes place through channels embedded in the cell membrane. For an example, is fructose moved into cells by facilitated diffusion. Then you have an active transport diffusion. That's different. It's pumping of molecules or ions through a cell membrane into the region of higher concentration. It requires a transmembrane protein and energy input. So we have an example of active transport with amino acids, ATP. Again, ATP, if you don't know, it's the energy source in our cells. Sodium, potassium, all moved into the cell by active transport. Now this is a diagram of the different types of transports. You see, this is a simple diffusion through the bilipid layer. This is the inside of the cell, all this. This is one lipid layer, this is the other lipid layer, and this is high concentration going into a lower concentration, and this is diffusion. This is passive transport. Same with facilitated. It's a higher concentration through a channel, and it's going to be facilitated through the channel into the inside of the cell. Here we show active transport where you have a lower concentration of particles that's going to use energy to get into a higher concentration into the cell. And these are the different types of diffusion. In the small intestine, the absorption of nutrients occurs throughout the entire length of the small intestine, 90 to 95% efficient. Calcium absorption occurs as late as the ileocecal junction, which is the appendix, transport into cells via calcium channels. Under neutral pH, the intrinsic factor binds to vitamin B12 to form a complex. In the small intestine, the intrinsic factor, vitamin B12 complex, binds to receptors. They're special docking structures on intestinal membranes. Now the last third of the small intestine is main absorptive site. So in the small intestine we absorb nutrients. At least we should in normal conditions. Now the colon. The colon is the large intestine. Most nutrients have been absorbed by the time they reach the large intestine. An additional 3 to 5% is possible. The major function of the colon, a site of bacterial cell growth and residence. Now remember, the flora is our bacterial cells in our intestine. Very important to have those in proper balance. An estimated 300 to 400 species of strains of bacteria continue digestion of waste products. The large intestine, which is the colon, regulates water in the body. It actually absorbs water. And some vitamins produced in low amounts by bacteria are absorbed. Bacteria adjust the pH of the colon into the acidic range, prevents overgrowth of harmful bacteria. And continued growth of friendly bacteria help maintain healthy balance. So what does isotonic mean? Iso means same. Tonic means tension or pressure. So an isotonic cell is a happy cell. And cells act like little bags of salty water. The movement of water in and out of a cell is called osmosis. Cells want the same concentration of dissolved particles, salt, on both sides of the membrane. And that means that's the isotonic part. So here, this is a picture of the red blood cells, and this is just a diagram to show you what isotonic means. Here we have the cell, and water goes in and out. On the left side, it's normal when you have isotonic. Normal, same pressure on the inside and the outside of the cell, and the water and goes in freely, in and out. A hypotonic is this one here, where the water just goes into the cell, and then of course hypertonic, the water's going out of the cell. Of course, we're 70% water. You don't want water leaving your cells because you're going to have poor cells, and if you have poor cells, you're going to have poor health. Another advantage to isotonics is isotonic solutions are optimal delivery system. Isotonics products work with, not against, normal body physiology. The composition of isotonic delivery system here, we're talking about Active ingredients are vitamins, minerals, oligometric proanthocyanidins, which is OPC. Those are antioxidants, flavonoids, coenzyme Q10, etc. These are nutrients that we need to nourish our cells and our body for a healthy life. Base ingredients are fructose, glucose, citric acid, malic acid, calcium sulfate, maltodextrin, silica, and potassium bicarbonate. So the citric acid and the malic acid are used to adjust the pH in the acidic range of between 3.5 to 5. It adjusts citrus flavor, and it also is adjustment for minor osmotic pressure changes. The calcium sulfate is a desiccant which draws water out, takes up the moisture out, and so you could have a free-flowing agent. Also a minor osmotic pressure adjustment, and there's minor nutritive value with the calcium sulfate. Maltodextrin is there. It's a glucose polymer that has minor caloric value. It's a powder, it's a bulking agent. Prevents citric acid from reacting with potassium bicarbonate in water. Thickening and suspending agent in solution. Potassium bicarbonate is there. The potassium and the bicarbonate ions have a significant osmotic pressure. It helps adjust and buffer pH, and the release of CO2 stirs the liquid. Glucose and fructose, as you know, they're sugars, and they're sweet-tasting simple sugars. They add significant osmotic pressure. The caloric value is about 8 calories per serving. Fructose is principal sugar in the formula, and it scores 20 out of 10 on glycemic index, so it's a low glycemic index. Isotonic advantage number 6. Isotonic offers an alternative to pills. Some 40% of American adults have experienced difficult swallowing pills, and this is from a study done by Germany's Schwarz Pharma. So, supplements recommended for autism are Nutrimetric Vitamins Spectrum Essential Omega-3. Omega essential fatty acids that actually help the brain function properly. They're very important to have in your system. Nutrimetric Vitamins Spectrum Probiotics are going to assure the proper flora in your gut. There's a connection between your gut and the way your brain works. Remember, 50% of your nerve endings are in your gut. So Spectrum probiotics are going to normalize the beneficial bacteria in your intestines. Nutrimetrics Vitamin Spectrum Isotonic Multivitamin to assure nutrition is getting into your cells. And we also have Nutrimetrics Vitamin Spectrum Isotonic Digestive Enzymes to help detox your gut from whatever's in there. So if you're not adhering to a very strict diet, then you're going to need digestive enzymes to help you clean out your gut. From there, you have a better chance at health. Things normalize in your nervous system, in your gut, and in your blood. So how do you get these? Where to order isotonics? Please visit my website, www.nutrimetrics.com/Dr. Garcia DC. There you will find my website where you could sign in to receive cash back on any purchases. When you get into the site, choose Optimal Health icon, and then on the left you scroll down and you will go to the Family Health. Then under Brand, choose Isotonics Vitamins Spectrum, and there you will find these supplements vital for your health, vital for your child health, and this is one of the ways you could help minimize and perhaps delete the autism spectrum disorders. It's important. So in conclusion, detoxifying the intestine will result in many health benefits, neurological and otherwise. Natural health care for autism includes this protocol of supplementation. Proper neurology from the brain to the body through the spine and back again is assured with chiropractic care as well. Please visit my website, www.drtgarciadc.com. I hope you found this informative. I hope you do try out this protocol. As we stated, the medical science has nothing to offer. This is something you can do for yourself, and I wish you the best. Thank you very much for listening.